dark side of social media. We all love it, and many of us use it for many different things. You know, it's social media is a blessing. This isn't going to be a video just in total bashing of it, but I am going to share a journey of some of the dark sides, and best believe not only just social media, but a lot of things have different sides to them and different aspects and different degrees. Just like it's either 90 degrees, it's either 100 degrees, or it's either 45 degrees. The same thing on social media. It's some temperatures that feel good, and it's some temperatures that don't. And maybe, hearing some of my story can help the next person or whoever's watching it maybe stay away from some of the BS, as well as give people like a new perspective that you may be rethinking how you're using social media or digital usage. Yes, I have moments where I'm using it to get profound insights, but then I also have moments where I'm doing it and I'm just looking at some hood rat shit, something that doesn't mean much of anything, which is good. But the key component that comes in with all of this is balance. Is like, what are you predominantly using social media for? What role does social media like play in your life, in your self-confidence, your self-belief? And that's where I'll take you down the road of some of the dark sides, the things to be aware of, and things that maybe, if you've already experienced them or are experiencing them, to make yourself a move to get back on track. So my first introduction with social media was Facebook. I was in college. They were hyping it up. The teachers were hyped about it. Parents were hyped about it. You had to have a college email address to get on Facebook at this time. It had to be a .edu. And we were under the pretext or the purpose that we would be able to communicate with our classmates, communicate with people at other colleges. Teachers would post homework assignments and reference videos. You could ask questions to teachers, um, you know, outside of class time, which was total BS. A lot of things can be purposed or fashioned one way, but I'm not saying nobody did it. What nobody was create no study math groups and stuff in my school at least, and sharing homework assignments, and the teachers sure wasn't. I think the last thing that any college student wants to do that's living on campus and away from mommy and daddy is want to ask the teacher more questions outside of work. I think that's like the most punishable offense of asking a question right when the teacher's trying to cut class early, or right when you're on a job and you're involved in a training and the trainer's going to say, well, I'll let you guys go early. And that one person asked that stupid question that they could have asked after class, or a question just to hear they self talk. We're not going to even get into that. But that's what would happen. And naturally, us being humans, people start using Facebook for a lot of things. Now, this is not just a video on Facebook, it's just each social media platform that came out, and I'm just sharing my personal story experience, had a purpose behind it. Did all of them serve their purposes? No. Did they serve the purpose and serve many others and still are today? Yes. Now we fast forward here to 2025, and Facebook and many of the other platforms have become many other things. And I want to, you know, take a little time to talk about one of the dark corners that I went down and experienced with the social media and how it's being used, and then how it started to affect me personally. So as of late, everyone's using social media to broadcast, and to broadcast their life, their family, what's going on, how it is. And that's wonderful. It's great to get updates from people and friends that you haven't seen in a long time, or that are like halfway across the country. I mean, what a greater thing than to know how these people are doing. Social media has become a place, and I'm just gonna say it, kind of look at me, look at what I got, and look how broken poor all y'all is. One day you'll get to be a boss like me, but it ain't gonna be today. That's kind of like the image, not from all social media, but from a lot. It's a showy, look what I have, look what I got, look where I eat, look where I live, Look how I am presenting to live. And that's great. I love a good success story because success stories is ammo for me and motivation to do what I need to do. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, the more stuff that I saw and see how people was living, you start looking at yourself, and this is kind of my story of going down, you know, one of the dark sides. Now, with everybody showing that they're winning, what that also does is that creates an internal pressure for you to keep the hell up, because you can only show me that bag so many times and that car so many times before it loses its appeal. So what it does is the people that are pushing that out there, it creates another pressure, another job. You got to keep up. Like, I don't care how much money you got, but Gucci, Louis, all the designers, they have different seasons. They release new multiple times throughout the year, new pieces. So you achieving stardom and getting one pair is not gonna, getting in the door with one is not going to set you for life in most cases, unless it's that one of a kind item. So stuff is constantly changing. People are constantly posting. People want you to show that they're winning. So what this does too is the people on the outside like me, and this is where my story began. I never really was like super heavy plugged into social media, but when I started to get on there and look around, and I saw it. I saw what appeared to be, because this is another dark side, is that anyone that can fulfill basic minimum requirements, a name, an email, a date of birth, a smartphone, a computer, can create and manage and run a social media page. There's no barrier to get into that. So this allows anyone with low barrier, low hanging fruit, folks can get in the door for nothing, and then they can become whoever they want to be. They can portray whatever life they want to be. And then this is where I came in, as somebody like me look up and constantly seeing this, and I'm not a hater. I want to get like you, or like you would claim to be. Ain't how you really is, but how you claim to be. So I fall for that bait, and then next thing you know, my persona's around where, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I gotta get this. I gotta keep up. I gotta keep up. And boy, I start going after shit, stressing myself out and working myself in the ground, trying to keep up with some stuff that, some of the stuff I found that even when I got it, I didn't give a damn about it in the first place. And then when I started feeling the pressure, I came to a realization. I was like, I went a little far, but I'm like, I ain't finna go broke. I ain't finna be out on the streets trying to keep up with these folks. I never was a person trying to keep up, but you be online and you see something nice, you like, damn, I need to get that. Or you see a few people with something like, damn, I need to take me a trip. Y'all know how it go. It's not nothing malicious. It's just human nature. That, you see some of these things people are doing and you want to do them. Now, here's where it goes really, really dark. Was that me seeing people with these things and being able to get them, not get them myself, or be unattainable, or not even know where to start, what, to get these things going. And what that did for me was it made me feel bad about myself. Because I looked out and it looks like, even now as we speak, it looked like everybody on social media is winning. Everybody's balling and living their best life. And again, not hating, happy for it. But when you look around and you see everybody winning, everybody taking trips, everybody going places, everybody got all these events happening, and you down there in the trenches just trying to make it to Friday, just trying to make it past the weekend, just trying to make it past your shift, just trying to make it through this school year, you start to feel bad about yourself. And that's what I did. Yeah, I was sitting up in the house beating myself up, started to have, lower my self-confidence, because I'm like, wow, if they're getting it and I ain't getting it, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I'm not, and one of the deep implanted things in your subconscious mind is you believe maybe you don't deserve money. And if y'all want a quick resource, the link in my description, go to that 15-minute manifestation. It's a 3-track course that reprograms and cleans out your subconscious, because a lot of times it's not what we're doing and hoping for, but what we actually feel inside and feel we're deserving of that we get. And I was feeling, oh, well, maybe wealth ain't me. Maybe these people are superheroes or they have some special sauce. And then, too, it just got so bad that when you in the trenches, everybody winning, you think you're undeserving of wealth. You think, oh, well, maybe this isn't my thing to get. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe they get it. And you also start to, because you have a longing for something, then the opportunities start to present themselves, or shifts start to happen. And when those shifts start to happen for you, you discount yourself from it again due to the destroyed self-belief that you're not worthy of wealth. You're not supposed to have wealth. So wealthy things in that environment or whatever you're trying to vibrate on, it stays away from you. And then one of the big eye-opening things was when I moved to Los Angeles, right into Hollywood. Same thing happened, except in real life. Looked like everybody was winning, balling, having the time of their life. And little old me, I didn't have a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of. Trying to put together a $15, $20 meal at Trader Joe's, and you start feeling bad on yourself. But I'm grateful, because in the moment I had something come to me, and it was revealed the true nature of the things that I thought what they weren't really what they said they were. And the smoke got blown away. It was smoke and mirrors. I started to find out that a lot of people that I was walking around here feeling bad because a lot of these people winning, those people were not winning. A lot of folks' lifestyle and what they were showing you was based on a damn credit card, was based on a loan. These people were working 2 and 3 jobs trying to keep up with one 3-year-old Louis bag. Lying, cheating, deceiving, trying to keep up. That's toxic. And that's what goes on online, because they're intertwined now, and everybody's got one of these phones in their hand. You can tell, like you say, influencer, you can tell that the influence is out there. You start to tell, oh, this is going to influence this. Maybe I shouldn't do this because I don't want that to influence that. I got caught in that trap. I tell you, what really helped me was the fact that I already knew at some point I really didn't care about people, but I decided to say, why should I stress myself out? I laughed because when I saw people here in LA that portrayed like they had money but didn't really have any money, and they put on that front, and I felt bad for myself. I was like, damn, here I was trying to feeling bad for myself and low, and I actually had more money and more resources than they had. And that's the trick. A lot of this stuff on social media is nice, it's cool, but a big percentage of that shit ain't the lifestyle that it is. A lot of y'all get in trouble with these celebrities. Oh, y'all want to bash celebrities because they're not the person that they showed you in the music video. They're not the person on the social media. And a lot of us take this social media shit to heart, thinking that this is how people are and these are the things we can do. A lot of that stuff is fabricated. A lot of that stuff is under different resources and circumstances. Yeah, I just stopped caring. And I said, you know what? I ain't finna keep up with the stress. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna create my own standards and setup. I'm not finna stay entwined or entangled in this social media BS. A lot of this stuff out there ain't real. Stop beating yourself up, making you feel less than. Y'all don't know what these folks did to get these bodies, these bags, everything. Yeah, everybody wants a Birkin, but if we could have a true account where people could sit and say, well, what is the most horrific thing that someone did to get one, or he is about to do to get one, then the perspective changes. A lot of these people ain't just glossing out and dudes just dropping money on them like it's nothing. Oh, they having to earn that. Millionaires ain't even handing out money like that. Not for nothing. Not no more. It's a whole different world out there now. And a lot of that shit that they, I think it was a quote that said, folks ain't who they supposed to be. And believe that. Because 90% of this shit is a big ass illusion. And once I realized that and took the pressure off of myself and said, you know what? I'm going to live. I'm going to do what I got to do, make the best for me. I'm not going to allow social media to dictate my life and who I am and how I should feel about myself. And you shouldn't allow it to do the same thing. Social media is a beautiful thing, but don't let it destroy you. Don't let it have you beating yourself up on the outside, even when you off the app.